Hi students, I am an English teacher of school number 3 in Oğuz, Səmədova Zülfiyyə. Now I am going to study you gerund and participle. In our lesson, you will learn what is gerund and participle and the difference between them. Let's begin with the gerund. What is gerund? Children, the gerund developed from the verbal noun which in the course of time became verbalized, preserving at the same time its nominal character. Gerund is a noun made from a verb by adding ing. As a result of its origin and development, the gerund has nominal and verbal character. The nominal characteristics of the gerund are as follows. The first, the gerund can perform the function of subject, object, and predicative. They say smoking leads to meditation. In this sentence, smoking is in the function of subject. I like making people happy. In this sentence, making in the function of object. The duty of all mankind is fighting for peace. In this sentence, the verb fighting is in the function of predicative. Let's learn what is participle. The participle is a non-finite form of the verb which has a verbal and an adjectival or an adverbial character. In the English language, there are two participles, participle 1 and participle 2. Participle 1 is formed by adding the suffix ing to the verb. For example, the dancing girl is my friend. In that sentence, the verb dancing is participle 1 and in the function of an attribute. What girl? The dancing girl. Participle 2 is formed by adding ed to the verb or changed by root. For example, I found the lost book on my sister's shelf. In that sentence, the verb lost is participle 2 and in the function of an attribute and has changed by root. The verb lose. Children, there are some differences between gerund and participle. In most cases, the differentiation between the gerund and the participle does not present any difficulty. Unlike the participle, the gerund may be preceded by a preposition. For example, I am very tired of rowing. In this sentence, the verb rowing is preceded by the preposition of and is the gerund. The gerund may be modified by a noun in the possessive case or by a possessive pronoun. For example, is there any objection of my seeing her? In this sentence, the verb seeing is preceded by the possessive pronoun my. The gerund can be used in the function of a subject, object, and predicative, and we have talked about at the beginning of our lesson. Note, in the function of an attribute and of an adverbial modifier, both the gerund and participle may be used, but the gerund in these functions is always preceded by a preposition. And children, there are some verbs that can help you to identify gerund from participle 1, as these verbs are followed by the gerund. Here are some of them: mind, like, dislike, finish, stop, begin, enjoy, recommend, hate, keep, mention, deny, insist on, love, and etc. Let us see some examples about our rules and identify which of them are gerund and which of them are participle one. The first, I love eating at restaurants. In this sentence, the verb eating is gerund because it is in the function of an object and preceded by the verb love. The second, driving a car is my brother's hobby. In this sentence, the verb driving is in the function of subject and it is gerund too. The third, waiting in the hall, he thought over the problem. In this sentence, waiting in the hall, he thought. How he thought, waiting in the hall. And in this sentence, the verb waiting is in the function of adverbial modifier and it is participle one. The fourth, the garden was full of laughing and shouting children. Children, don't mix this sentence because of the preposition of, but in this sentence, the verbs laughing and shouting are in the function of attribute because laughing and shouting children. What children? Laughing and shouting. And in this sentence, these verbs are participle one. Fifth, while driving a car, you should be careful. And should bear in mind that the preposition while and when can be preceded with participle one. While driving a car, you should be careful. In this sentence, the verb driving is participle one and in the function of adverb. The sixth, while we were driving back to the station fast, a policeman stopped us. In this sentence, we're driving and don't mix it with other rules with gerund or participle one. It is so simple because their driving is past continuous. We use the forms of the verb to be in the past or in the other tense form and ing. So, goodbye and thanks for watching.